Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are following the videos and also you understood the yesterday's topic which we discussed. And today we are going to discuss another topic which is called as the Panchgavya. So I have written the book, it's called Panchgavya. So we were discussing about the natural manures, right? The way naturally how we can develop the yield, okay, or increase the food production. That is what we are all discussing about. So basically today we are going to discuss about the manure which is called as Panchgavya. And Panchgavya basically is a natural manure. It's natural manure, so it's a very useful manure actually. So, and moreover, this is not mixed with any kind of chemicals. So basically, if it is a natural manure, then it is not harmful to the health of the soil. So soil health will be good. Soil health will not be spoiled. So because of using this Panchgavya. So now Panchgavya, how is it made? How is it made? So basically, Panchgavya means Panch means 5. So there are 5 ingredients in making this manure. So we are only talking about the manure here. So using the 5 different ingredients. So all these 5 ingredients are, first one is cow's milk. First one is cow's milk. Second one is curd. Okay, the curd which has come from the cow's milk. And then cow's ghee, right? Whatever the ghee which you get from the cow's milk and the curd, whatever the butter you get, and when you boil that and you get the ghee and all, so that is also from the cow. And then cow's dung, and the last is cow's urine. So these are the 5 ingredients, that is cow's milk, curd, ghee, dung and urine. All the 5 ingredients of the cow, these are used or prepared, or these are actually used as ingredients in making the Panchgavya. So how is it made? What is the process behind that? What is the process behind that? So you can see here, first of all, what we have to do is we have to take the cow dung and also cow's ghee, right? Cow's dung and cow's ghee, and then mix it well, and let it rest, let it be like that for around 4 days. So don't disturb it for 4 days. Let it be as it is for around 4 days. On the fifth day, what you have to do is you have to add the cow's urine and also cow's milk and also curd. All these 3 should be added on the 5th day. At the same time, okay, on the same day, you also add some kallu, right, palm wine, and then coconut water, and also some sugarcane juice. And now, apart from all these things, like urine, milk, curd, kallu, coconut water, sugarcane juice and all, apart from all these things, you also add some banana paste to it. What you will add is banana paste to it. So, and then you add it and you mix it well and stir it well and keep it aside for 10 days. So first of all, we have kept it aside for 4 days. Now we are keeping it aside for how many days? 10 days. And in these 10 days also, we should not leave it as it is. Every morning and evening, you just stir it and make sure that you stir it every morning and evening. So if you keep on stirring it morning and evening for 10 days. And after 10 days, your Panchgavya is ready. And this Panchgavya is a natural manure now, right? And it's a sprayer kind of manure, it's not a powder, it's a sprayer kind of manure which is ready. And just use 3% of the Panchgavya which you prepared. That is more enough for a very good yield of a crop. So you can get a very good yield by using this 3% of the Panchgavya. So that is how Panchgavya is a natural manure which can be prepared by using the ingredients which comes from the cow, like milk, curd, ghee, dung and cow's urine. You can make a very good sprayer kind of manure which is very useful for the plants growth. Okay, and this is one of the way. It is one of the way you can get the more food production, right? The food production will be very high. Just we have seen that is only just 3% of the Panchgavya can give you a very good yield Okay, and also this Panchgavya can also be used as fodder, or you can say food for the hens and also for the fishes which you rear in the ponds. So it can be used as fodder. At the same time, it can be used as a spray kind of manure which can be easily sprayed in the crops and all, and then you can get a very good amount of crops because it will make the soil fertile, and also the soil will become more fertile. Okay, and it will give you more yield. So that is how this Panchgavya is useful to the farmers. So farmers basic they have to base the uh, like no to increase the production of the crop. They have to go ahead with this kind of measures. We have seen the green crops, we have seen the crop rotation method, we have seen the mixed crops. Okay, we have seen the different natural manures and all, and now we are seeing the Panchagavya. So these are all the different measures which a farmer can take, and also you can definitely improve his yield. Okay, so that is how we come to the end of the Panchgavya. Okay, so now we are going to study more about the organic farming. So it's a very very important topic. Okay, and you might have seen some movies also regarding the organic farming now. So it's a general term now for everyone, because each and everyone are using the organic products. So now we will talk a little bit about the organic farming also. Okay, children. So, children, nowadays everybody is talking about the organic farming. So, even the media, okay, even the social media, whatever the channels you take, or everybody is talking about the organic farming. Even films also talk about the organic farming here, right? What is organic farming? What is organic farming here, right? So by just imagine, if you're using chemical fertilizers for the crops and all, if you're keeping on using chemical fertilizers for a very long time, that is around 20 to 30 years, if you keep on using the chemical fertilizers, the soil becomes completely reluctant, in the sense it becomes completely unfit for the growth of the plants, right? The soil becomes completely reluctant, I mean it completely unfit for the growth of the plant. So now the plants cannot grow in that particular soil, because plants will keep on absorbing the different kinds of minerals and salts and nutrients from the soil, and now what are they absorbing is the chemical fertilizers which we are being using for around 20 to 30 years. So what happens is the health of the soil will get completely damaged, right? It will not be proper. So if only the soil health is proper, the plants will respond to the fertilizers. If you throw the fertilizer, if you spray the fertilizers, the plant will be able to intake them only if the soil health is proper. If the soil health is not proper, if the soil condition is not proper, even though you are using the fertilizers and all, they are of no use. So you cannot use them properly. So the plants will not absorb the nutrients properly. So ultimately that will result on the growth of the plant. So the yield which you get, or the food production which you get, will be definitely a bit low when you compare to the earlier stages and all. So if long-term yielding capacity of a soil right now, it completely depends, I mean soil productivity, right? The soil productivity, yielding capacity of the soil completely depends upon two things, right? One is available of nutrients in the soil. What are the different nutrients available in the soil? So if the nutrients, all the nutrients are available in the soil, definitely the crop productivity will be very high, the yield will be very very high. So not only that, okay, it also depends upon the suitable physical, chemical and biological conditions of the soil. How are the physical features, how are the chemical features, how are the biological features of the soil? That is what we are going to learn in the next session. So all these conditions, if they are proper, then there will be long-term high yielding capacity of the soil. The soil will have the long-term high yielding capacity, the yield will be very very high. The yielding capacity of the soil will be absolutely very high only when it has available nutrients in the soil, and at the same time the physical conditions and the biological conditions and the chemical conditions of the soil are absolutely suitable for the growth of a plant. Otherwise you cannot expect a very good crop. Okay, children, so that is one of the thing. And then to maintain the soil productivity, what has come, that is the organic, because we have seen that after 20 to 30 years the soil is losing its capacity of yielding. After 20 to 30 years the soil is losing the capacity to give a very good yield. So now what is the only way, what are the different ways the farmers can adapt to get a very good high yielding crop, and all the soil should have the high yielding capacity. And also one of the best example, one of the very good process which has come is the organic farming here. So the organic farming has many things to do here. Okay, so the soil productivity will be very good if you go ahead with the organic farming. So it's only because of organic farming the soil productivity will be definitely nice. And now, like this basically organic farming is a completely ancient practice, because in the ancient times, like we did not have the chemical fertilizers, the nutrients in the form of chemicals, so we don't have them. So but still we are able to cope up with the conditions, and then we raised a lot of crops and all, and people lived with their crops. But only we are thinking of all these things because the situations have completely changed. Now we have all chemical fertilizers instead of the natural fertilizers. Now it is a time for us to change or go back to the similar kind of situations which we had in the ancient times, and what the method they followed, and that is the organic farming. That is the method they have followed. So now coming to the organic farming here, this organic farming will definitely use only natural manures instead of using the chemical fertilizers. They are not going to use any chemical fertilizers, and instead of that they are definitely only going to use the natural fertilizers. Okay, that's the first thing. And second thing is that they are going to use only the natural manures. Not only natural manures but also the pest controlling methods. Like we use a lot of pest controlling methods, like using the pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, virucides, bactericides and whatnot, insecticides. All these are used so that you can get a very good crop. All the pests will be killed, or the virus will be killed and also. But now here they are definitely using the natural method of controlling the pests. So they have some very good methods, like which are naturally killing the pests which attack the crop and completely damage the crop. And also they used in the ancient times, they used only the manures which are green manures, or maybe like natural manures, and then they had the natural pest controlling methods and all, and they used to go ahead with the crop rotation method. Okay, already we have seen what is a crop rotation method, and then they used to grow only the mixed crops. And also all these things, all these four different kinds of things, like they really made the soil really fertile. They kept the soil fertile, and for many years they kept the soil absolutely fertile for and also they used to give very good yield of the crops and all. Okay, and also the next thing in the organic farming is that farmers use the biofertilizers. They won't use the chemical fertilizers anymore. If you take the organic farming, when farmers go ahead with the organic farming, they are not using the chemical fertilizers. They completely, instead of using the chemical fertilizers, they started using only the natural fertilizers. That is one of the important point here, right? And second one is synthetic pyrethroids. That is also is for giving the good yield, and that is also being used by our people nowadays. But now all these chemical fertilizers or the synthetic pyrethroids are not being used by any of our farmers, like those who are following the organic farming. So the farmers who follow the organic farming, instead of all these chemical fertilizers and the synthetic pyrethroids, they use only the biofertilizers, right? That's the first thing. They are using the microorganisms to synthesize nutrients in the soil. For example, if you take the nitrogen, so to produce the nitrogen, what are used? The bacteria are used. So that is, they are not getting the nitrogen and putting in the soil, and they are not applying with the soil, but whereas they are using some bacteria to get the nitrogen, right? So already we have seen the nitrogen fixation by the azotobacter, nitrogen fixing bacteria. So they fix the nitrogen, right? So that is how naturally they get the nitrogen, right? So all these kind of methods which are like microorganisms are used to synthesize the nutrients, and the microbial culture and also the biofertilizers. All these are the methods which are usually followed in the organic farming. So we will learn more about the organic farming in the next session, and that session will be very, very important because we'll be coming to know more things about the organic farming. Okay, children, until then, see you all. Have a great day.